Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to listen to the incomparable Win Twice Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Scott and Holly. We always go over, brother, and that's the bottom line. Dig it? So sit back, relax, and prepare to be entertained.
Hello everyone and welcome to day number 9 of the 2024 12 Days of WrestleMas series here at the Win Twice Wrestling Podcast. I'm nailing these.
You are.
Nailing these.
God, you're doing that.
We are in the top 5, well and truly in the top 5, and we're very much nearing that magical day, Christmas Day. But we're not there yet. Not there quite yet. We're a few days away. And we are here to discuss who, in our opinion, not the New Day, who reached number 4 in our rankings.
Yes.
I think we're at the point now in our list where most of our scores are there or thereabouts. I'm looking at the list here and pretty heavy hitting on both sides.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I've gone higher score than you have on this one. We'll go into that towards the end.
Yeah.
But that surprises me because this is very much a
Holly favourite.
A Holly favourite.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about, Holly? Who made number 4?
We are talking about the man that is Drew McIntyre.
I thought you said the man, the myth, the legend, Drew
No,
McIntyre.
No.
And another UK representative.
Oh, yeah.
So that makes 3 on the list, isn't it? Luke Jacobs, we've had Joe Hendry, Drew McIntyre, and 2 Scots in there as well. Not my kind of Scot. Scott as in Scottish people.
Thank you for elaborating on that.
Well, just in case, I don't know. We got international viewers, so I thought viewers, listeners, no one's viewing.
You really want to get a camera involved, didn't you? No. I just realised how that sounded.
Not denying it. So, Holly, you tell me,
Yes.
what do you think of Drew McIntyre's 2024? It's been a big one for him.
It's
been a big one.
Big one for him. His 2024, I'll be honest, just makes me a little bit sad.
Really?
As in, I want him to... The amount of times we've watched him together, and I'm like, I just want him to get his damn moment. Get his moment to shine. And the poor man just keeps getting screwed over left, right and centre. I do genuinely want him to have a proper title reign. That's not in a fucking lockdown, when there's no audience. That's not taken away from him, for as much as I'm fine with who took it off him this time. I just want him to get his moment. That's what makes me a little bit sad.
Even with that factored in,
Yes.
he's had a good year.
Oh, it's been brilliant.
He's been very prevalent in terms of the story. We've had, obviously, with CM Punk coming back in late 2023, tail end of 23,
Yeah.
went pretty much straight into a feud with Drew after he got injured at the Royal Rumble. It was already insinuated that Drew wasn't particularly happy that CM Punk came back, because
Yes.
it's stealing a role from someone who's been there and probably is more deserving of it. Drew got his moment, though. He got, very briefly, not the moment that you were hoping for. And to be fair, I do think he deserves that moment in the sun, not in lockdown, because granted, he did beat Brock Lesnar for the title at WrestleMania, which is just swept under the carpet.
Exactly. I just feel like because of the way when it was and all that stuff, it's really easily forgotten.
It's the forgotten WrestleMania.
Yeah.
There were some other good matches on that WrestleMania as well. There was
God, I'd have to watch them again.
there was Charlotte and Rhea Ripley was at that WrestleMania, the first one.
Oh, okay.
So we'll get
we'll
to
get
that.
there.
We'll get to that event. We're a bit
I'll be
away
about
from that.
45 by the time we get there.
And what a fun recording that'll be. We'll have some champagne to celebrate your 45th birthday. But he got his moment. He beat Seth Rollins, who was hobbled. Poor Seth.
God.
Again, we talked about how bad of a WrestleMania he had, and obviously Drew capitalised on that. Obviously did the infamous text as well at ringside, bored at work, LOL.
Brilliant. His character work for me has excelled this year.
And he's also someone that's very good at being a heel and very good at being a face.
I prefer him as a heel.
I do, but he's also a very good face. And the reason why he's such a good heel is because he can't play the underdog babyface in any capacity.
No.
Because he's 6'7",
Look at him.
built
He's
like a fucking
beast
Greek
of a
god.
man.
You'd love to hang off him. And that's just all about me. Oh, honestly.
He's
an
an absolute beast of a man.
Hair's going a bit. As a fellow man.
I think also last time we saw him, we did comment on this, because when it's drier, it's more noticeable. But just get rid.
Eventually, I think he will, but I do think it works with the aesthetic of having the kind of scraggly, wet, long hair. His matches with CM Punk and the feud in general
Yeah.
Very good.
Brilliant.
Whether they did or didn't like each other, quite frankly, I don't care.
Mm-mm.
But what we see in front of us,
Mm-hmm.
I believe it.
You believe her, are you?
No Joe Hendry included.
But no, I've really enjoyed it. But also for me, I'm Team Drew. I've never
Team Punk.
Never once been. It's not that I don't like Punk at all. I do think he's great, but I will stand by being Team Drew.
Is this for you
Yes.
the feud of the year
Ooh.
in terms of interaction back and forth? It spanned the entire year.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean,
There's-
the only other one I would think of would be Liv and Rhea.
I would put that in there, but there's one more you're overlooking.
Well, the whole bloodline stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. This has been more entertaining for me. Bloodline's got better as the year's gone on,
Agreed.
but this for me has been consistently amusing.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Bloodline is currently the strongest.
Yeah, now. Yeah.
Funny enough, Punk is in now that one as well, a little bit.
Of course he is.
So Punk's an underrated performer this year, and yet he may not appear on the list at all. I think it has been the most engaging. Like when promos are involved, I'm ready.
Yes.
I'm ready for this back and
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And I liked the match that Punk was just sat on commentary, wasn't he?
Yes.
And then obviously that's when El Banco cashed in, but that was genius to me.
It was when Drew was
Genius.
stood up there, and I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting Punk to sweep the leg out from underneath him.
But brilliant.
Best mixed martial arts move that man has ever done.
So good.
Drew hits hard. We hear music. What happened. I didn't like it, but again, a moment that you loved took it away from the guy
But I'm
who you
pretty
want to
sure
have a
at the
moment.
same time, I remember saying,
You were so conflicted.
I'm so torn because I'm so happy for Priest, but also give Drew his damn moment. Like, it is hard. That is a hard one for me. Those two against each other, I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Do you know as well what is something that I think is overlooked because of what happened? Yeah, Drew won the title off Rollins. Rollins was clearly injured.
Yeah.
Let's say Damian Priest never came in and cashed Money in the Bank or El Banco Senoro Dinero.
Yeah.
Does Drew get that moment? Because let's just say he's on the desk celebrating over Punk.
It's not a fully fit win.
And it's obvious it's not.
It's 100% obvious, yeah.
Does he... Okay. He's had 2 Mania wins now. Does he get another one?
I want to say yes, but I don't see it happening.
I can see him being the champion. I can see him getting his reign. I don't think he will get it at WrestleMania.
No, I don't.
I can see
he's
him
gonna get
losing
a
it at
Mania
WrestleMania.
moment. Yeah. Do you think he could win the Rumble?
No.
No.
Not this year. Or if they want to do it properly, let's say not next year, year after. There's talks, potentially. Nothing's been confirmed, and it probably won't be. WrestleMania in the UK.
Okay.
Do you give him another Rumble win there to then give him his proper moment?
If he's going to get it anywhere, give it here. Like here, country-wise.
Yes.
My concern for him is that now that's done. Where does he go now? It's like
What, with Punk?
It's like I can't remember who we were talking about it with, but it's Cody. That's where we were talking about it. It's that storyline ender. If Punk is now aligned or he's got a favour to take with Roman or whatnot, you're taking him away from Drew, or do you have him and Roman do his thing and then Drew still insert himself somehow? I don't know where the story goes, because you've also got Rollins to factor in somewhere.
Also, how do you feel about this? Roman wins the next year's Rumble. Punk goes, uh-oh. I'd like that. Could you see that happening? I think it's shite if it does go down like that.
It wouldn't.
It's an option.
Interest me,
It's an option.
Yeah.
But you're right. Where does Drew go from here? Drew's just obviously done a big return after being off for a little bit. Well-deserved rest, might I add. Who can he work with? I'll tell you who I think would make for a very interesting match. Cody.
Okay.
I don't think I can imagine them having had a proper match, like at that level, certainly. Maybe, years gone by. I don't know how that feud would work, but Drew's a great heel. Cody's a face.
Would you have him go for that?
Not for WrestleMania, but,
no, but just
as a feud, I'd watch that. I'd be more interested in that than... And I love Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that
than Kevin Owens do it. Because they're
just waiting for Randy, effectively.
Part of me would go, I could see Drew beating Cody. I can't see them letting Kevin Owens beat Cody.
No, I can't either. Whether I agree with it or not, I can't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I was just going to... There's another also ran that we're not really touched upon here, but I'd want to mention, but we'll do that on our last day of the other also rans that we'd want to put in there. Drew's had, and his matches with Punk have been great. Yeah. They had the Hell in a Cell, wasn't it? They had the bull rope match or whatever you want to call it.
The Hell in a Cell one for me was brilliant. Mm-hmm. The one where they had to go around and press the turnbuckles was, I thought it was going to be absolute dog shit. But actually it was quite enjoyable.
And they also had the SummerSlam match where Rollins was the ref.
Yes.
And it was all over the bracelet.
Oh, God, that fucking bracelet.
That and the, I can't remember what it's called, the Falolette or whatever the tribal thing is that the Bloodline have got. The two most important titles are the bracelet and that.
Yeah.
But no, I think Drew's been a very, very top-tier, consistent performer. Yeah. And for me, he is levels above Damian Priest. Mm-hmm. Levels.
Okay.
I feel like I believe in Drew McIntyre as a character. I believe in him as a wrestler. Yeah. And I believe that pretty much everything he's been involved in has been a smash success over this year. And I'm pleased for him. Yeah. I'm pleased for him. So even though he hasn't had that moment... He's
getting his recognition. He's getting his time.
He's getting some flowers.
His airtime is much better than it was.
And I think that will only continue to grow as we go into 2025. I really do.
I would hope so.
I think there's a lot of, like you said, where does he go from there? The creative writing behind WWE, I'm more confident that they'll find something, because I immediately, off the top of my head, can't think of the next logical step of where they go, because you can't imagine he's come back and he's done with Punk.
No, like to me it would be...
I don't want to see another one.
To me it would be, like, again, logically, Punk cashes in his favour. Drew fucks him over for it. But do I care? Like, as in, I've seen that. Do you know what I mean? I've seen it. You've had your matches. It can't just be done, but it also can't just carry on forever. So I just don't know. So I'm intrigued, actually. I'm intrigued to see what happens, but I just hope it's good for his sake, because he deserves his time. And
I think he'll sustain his position at the top, forbidding or overlooking any potential injuries, God forbid that should happen. But that he's firmly cemented in at number 4. I think we both actually had him on the score. Let me just have a look actually. Oh no. Okay, so I had him firmly in top 4. You had him just outside of top 4 with like the likes of Priest going in, but still he was up there.
It started to get harder at the top, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? Like to list people. Also, he's also frequented a couple of Slim Jim adverts, which we know have a special place in my heart.
Has he?
He has. I've seen them. They haven't been in the ones where we've watched like PLEs or whatever.
I was going to say, because I've seen LA Knight and Jey Uso. I've not seen him.
No, I've seen them.
Okay, fair enough.
Special place in my heart, they do.
Ooh, yeah. But yeah, we'll go into our individual scores. So I gave Drew 9. Yes. So I literally placed him 4th.
Yes.
Yeah, I only had 2 people above.
Yeah.
That's not how numbers work. So I had 3 people above him.
Yes.
And he fully merited that position. You scored him 7. So like I said, you had him above mid-table, but not much above. But yeah, congratulations to Drew. Think big things ahead of him in 2025, but I don't see him getting that big WrestleMania win at this point. Maybe I'm wrong.
We'll see.
But hopefully you guys have all enjoyed that, and you will tune in as we reach the top 3.
Ooh.
Bye.
Bye.
Until next time, this has been a Win Twice Wrestling production. Peace out.